You're listening to The Indie Hour with Natasha K, only on riotradio.ca. Here we go. All right, Sabrina, thank you for joining me today. Great to virtually have you in the Riot Radio studio.
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely. So I've heard your sound described as a little Joan Jett and Cranberries-esque. You certainly look like Joan. Do you consider your music influenced by 80s female icons or what?
That's funny because people have said I look like her too.
You definitely do. Absolutely.
I think it's the makeup, right?
It's a huge compliment. Oh, she's awesome.
Yeah. I'm more influenced by male bands like Green Day, Bon Jovi, and Billy Idol, but when I perform or record my songs, I get that I get compared to Joan Jett, Pat Benatar, the Cranberries. So I'll take it.
Yeah.
But I look up to men.
No, that's totally fair. So you said Green Day, Bon Jovi. So were you influenced by that kind of 80s hair metal as well? I know Green Day was late 90s, early 2000s, but
yeah, but their band, the Sweet Children, started in the 80s, and then they changed it to Green Day. So I'm thinking of how they started, right?
Gotcha. Cool.
They changed their name. Yeah, so Sweet Children, and then to Green Day. I like Green Day's name.
I just learned something from you too. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you've been writing and performing music for a while now, with your first release being your self-titled EP in 2012. Does your latest full-length release take on a different angle or sound from where you first started?
You mean my compilation CD?
Yeah.
My compilation CD is a mix of my two EPs and two singles, which I released and put together because when I got signed, my label wanted to put all my songs together with a song attached to it. Mm-hmm. But as I recorded those albums and EPs, albums and singles, I just kept trying to find my sound. So you're going to hear a difference, but I still have that same feel.
Great.
But I like to do new things, I don't want to stick to the same thing, but I'm still in rock. Yeah.
Yeah, but changing up, even if it's just within the same genre as you mentioned, but trying new things is always fun. So
yeah,
that's great. And so while we're on that topic, what label are you signed to?
Dance Plant Records in Montreal.
Awesome.
They're like about an hour and a half, 2 hours from me, depending on traffic.
Yeah, for sure. And because you're in Ottawa, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's awesome. Very cool. And so do you go to the label to record anything new?
Since COVID, I haven't yet.
Fair.
But yes, I do plan to record with them. But or I can go to a producer and they just release it as well, right? Perfect. I don't have to work. But I do have producers that I can contact. And it's in the works. But
great, yeah.
But since COVID, everything has been messed up. So
absolutely, COVID put everything on halt. So the fact that you're still doing anything is a huge.
I just kept promoting my music until I could go back into the studio. So that's all I could do, really.
That's great, though. Absolutely, it's necessary, and social media is a massive marketing tool. So you may as well.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So, how does it feel to have your music played around the world, from Canada to the States and even Argentina?
Oh, wow. I'm still in shock. Mm-hmm. I recently just got played in Ireland.
Wow, you've made it to UK.
I just got there, yes.
Incredible.
So I'm just happy that radio DJs and people that I'm reaching out to are still supporting up and coming artists, because I know how difficult it is to get your music out.
Absolutely.
So anybody that plays me, I'm thankful for it. Thank you. Thank you for helping me and everybody
else. We're one of them. Yeah. We got you. So in that vein, I read that you've built a working relationship with a stateside radio host in Rhode Island who asked you to come co-host his morning show, which is so cool. So how did that
Yes.
friendship come to be, and how has it been being a personality on American radio?
Well, he's going to be really happy that we're talking about him at this show. Uh, so in 2020, Halloween of 2020, I remember it because it was Halloween when he interviewed me on Halloween day. And I love Halloween. So anything on Halloween, I'll be up for it.
That's a big day, yeah.
So he interviewed me, and then we stayed in touch. I don't normally lose connection with people that I meet in the industry. I stay in touch with them. Yeah. Because it's good to stay in touch.
And network.
Yeah. They can't forget you easily.
Yeah.
So I became friends with him. And then a few months later, I asked him if we could do another interview. And then he's like, how about you just join my show? I'm like, what?
So cool.
I guess we just clicked. But then he had to ask Chris, the boss, obviously. And then, but how Brian met me is through DJ Gadget from one of their other stations.
Okay.
She introduced me to him, and that's how everything started to go.
That's incredible.
Like, and they actually have 3 stations in the States together. So it's like alternative, AM, FM, and a classic. And I'm played on the classic because they just chose one of my songs that could fit in the classic. So I'm just happy I got at least on one classic station, which is difficult, but they gave me a chance.
Yes. And that's all it takes is networking and then getting that one chance from someone and making more connections out of it. That's incredible. Good for you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So in that vein, are you still hosting sometimes here and there, or do you have to go to Rhode Island? How is that working? Yeah.
Oh, if I ever travel there, I would love to be in their studio, but it's every Saturday at 6 a.m.
Yeah, and it's all from home. You all do it remotely.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
I am on Zoom, and they connect me to their station. And since COVID, everybody has been doing that at home too. But because I am at home and I don't live there, at least they found a way that I could do it like that. Or else I wouldn't know how I could do it. Because I can't travel every single week and go to Rhode Island. I think it's like 8-9 hour drive or something.
At least. It's really great that you're able to do it remotely then. That's a really cool opportunity.
But I do have family there and in Rhode Island. So if I ever do plan to go there, I have a place to stay.
Sounds like a road trip is in your near future.
Yes, definitely.
So, as an indie rock artist, was there a formative album that you remember hearing for the first time and being inspired by it?
I would have to say it's Green Day's American Idiot album that got me to where I am.
Awesome. It's so good. Yeah.
I know. That is the album. Like, I heard a lot of their albums before American Idiot.
Okay.
But because I didn't grow up listening to them, like, from people from day one heard them. So I heard like Dookie later on and Kerplunk. And then when I heard American Idiot, I was like, is that the same band I heard from Dookie? And I'm like, whoa. So yeah, because I heard all the albums separately, not in the right time they were releasing it. So I just got them all in the store, like in one day. I just went shopping spree and got them all, and I'm like, wow, this is the band. But that's the album that got me to realize I wanted to do rock.
Yeah.
But awesome. In my way, with their influence, because I'm not going to copy Green Day at all.
No, of course. No, good for you. That's really cool to know how much they've inspired you. That's awesome. So,
and I even named my cat after Billy from Green Day.
Billy Joe Armstrong. That's awesome.
Billy the cat.
Oh, that's so cute. So as we mentioned, we all know how much COVID has halted live music over the past years, unfortunately. But I wondered if you've been able to play any live shows since you released your full-length album in 2019.
I have done virtual.
Cool.
Virtual. I've had stage. I act interesting. I just remembered I had my very first live performance virtually on a station in Australia.
Oh, get out of here.
Doing it over
Wow.
Zoom. I'm like, it's
Oh,
COVID, but I couldn't be, well, I can't just travel to Australia,
of
but
course.
I mean during COVID, I
Hmm.
had that opportunity,
Hmm.
FM station in Australia, and I'm like,
Wow.
and I had to do it at 10 at night, my time,
Oh no.
be, because of their time
Yeah.
zone.
Yeah,
They're
that's
like
fair.
13 hours ahead of us. So,
Yep.
wow, I was tired,
Yeah,
but it was worth it. And
absolutely.
but their accent,
Yeah, it's awesome. It's so
I
wild.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did my very first mainstream live performance on Zoom,
Wow.
uh, live on air, virtually, and that was awesome.
That's an incredible opportunity. And it's
My first live
yeah.
performance on FM was virtual.
And it was all the way to Australia. And
Yeah,
it's almost like a blessing through COVID to be able to even do that, right? Because you wouldn't have had that opportunity had it not been a pandemic, right?
well, I think also if an artist cannot travel
Mm-hmm.
somewhere, it's good that you can now do this because back in the
Mm-hmm.
day, they didn't have this capability. This is
Uh,
all new.
yeah, absolutely.
Oh God, I grew up with the MySpace days, so I
Yeah.
know how it was back then.
Absolutely. No, it's incredible that you were able to. And how did you make that connection too with the station in Australia?
I just search online.
Good for you.
I just do my research. You know,
Yeah.
I've had people come up to me and say, "How do you find these stations?"
Mhm.
Just search
Yeah.
and search for the ones that would play your style
Yeah.
and see and contact them
Yeah.
and what's the worst they're gonna say?
Absolutely. There's no harm in reaching out. The worst they're gonna say is no, right? But
You
you
just
don't
don't know
know.
until you try, right?
That's the way it
And
goes.
I know it's hard, but you might be lucky. You know,
Yeah.
you never
And you
know.
got lucky because of it. You made that opportunity for yourself. So good for you.
I was so nervous because it was
Yeah.
my first live performance on the mainstream.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did it. I did it, and I'm glad I faced the fear, and
Yep.
now it's like nothing anymore.
Good
You
for
always
you.
have to face that first step,
Hmm.
and then you're good.
Take that first leap. Yeah. Well, pat on the back to you. Good job.
Thank you.
Well done. So, with years of performing and experience under your belt, do you have a most memorable performance to date? Or do you have a venue you kind of can't wait to play now that shows are happening?
Mm, I love festivals.
Yeah, festivals are a lot of
So
fun.
um, I would love to go. I don't like picking and choosing because anywhere you perform is good,
Yeah.
it's good exposure.
Yeah.
So anywhere willing to book me, I'll take
Yeah.
as long as there's a mic
Mm,
and
you're there.
and they want me to show up, I'll be there. But sometimes you are late for festivals. So festivals they have a certain time you
Mhm.
have to apply. But bars and venues, I'm sure you can get them
Oh yeah.
anytime. But because of COVID, I'm not running like straight. I'm taking it easy.
Yeah.
I just really want to get into the studio right now and get some
Yeah.
new music out first.
Yeah, because then you'd have a lot to go off of for
Then
any
I have more.
performance.
Then I have something new to present
Yeah. Yeah.
with my previous releases. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a great call. So over in your experience, have you learned anything that you pass along as aspiring musicians, especially young women, maybe aiming to break it into the music industry?
Don't let anybody tell you you can't be who you want to be in the industry. Because I
That's,
have had
yes.
people, I've had producers tell me I couldn't be a rock singer. So
And
I'm
you
like,
prove them
okay,
wrong. Yeah.
thank you so much for telling me something I can't be and
Yeah.
making me feel more
Yeah.
powerful to do it. Like they just
Boom.
gave me more energy to go for it. I'm glad I didn't do it. I didn't do what they said because
Yeah.
obviously by keep on going, I I'm okay with where I am. So also I go with my gut, not with what people tell me. So
Mm,
just do what you love and go for it. It will be a bumpy ride for
yeah,
sure,
yeah.
but you're gonna see success along the way.
Good. That's great
Don't
advice.
give up. Don't
Yeah.
never give up. Never give up.
That's good. And comfort is the enemy of progress, right? So the more you stay in your comfort zone, the less you're progressing. So that's great. Good for you for
Yeah.
getting out of your comfort zone too and performing virtually in Australia. It's incredible. So
Thank you.
lastly, is there anything that you'd want our listeners or your audience to know about Sabrina Fallah that they may not know already?
Okay. If anybody hasn't, if any of my followers or anybody new would like to hear my BBC radio interview and
Ooh.
performance, I had it with Merseyside and Manchester. I did Manchester because of Coronation Street. I don't know if you
Yes.
know that.
Oh, my family's a massive Corey Street fan. They watch every week.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, that radio in Manchester, they were right close to the set, so that was pretty cool.
That's
And and and
incredible.
and they sound like Coronation Street,
Oh yeah, same
literally.
accent. Yeah, right down to a T.
So if you want to hear the Coronation Street stories, I mean Manchester, my God, Liverpool and Manchester. So yeah, I got the BBC opportunity. So they're on my YouTube if you want to check it out.
I'm gonna have to
And
listen to that for sure. That's really cool. Good for you. So when was
I
that?
was nervous in one of them.
You would have been. Oh, that's a great experience. Was that a few years ago or?
Last year in November I did Merseyside,
Yeah,
and this year in January I did Manchester.
that's really
Um,
cool.
I went to Manchester because I just thought, because somebody in Manchester said, why don't you go to Manchester
Boom,
and do
I'm
one
here.
there? And actually, Mike Sweeney from BBC Manchester actually invited me back to be in their studio. So I
Oh,
have a lot of places to go to.
yeah.
Australia,
Yeah.
UK,
You've
have to
made
go to the States.
connections all over the world. You're now getting played in Ireland, you said. You got connections all over the world.
Yeah,
That's
but now I
incredible.
have to find ways to get everywhere.
Yeah.
Right, because it's not easy to travel
No,
all
it's not
around.
cheap either. Oh my God.
No, yeah, exactly.
You'll make it
But
work though.
but I have been to the UK before for
Mhm.
my first EP, so I would just love to go back, but still traveling right now
Mhm.
I just have to take it easy.
Yeah. Yep.
Even though the mask mandates are gone, it doesn't mean COVID's gone. So
At all. Yeah.
we still have to be safe no matter
Yes.
what.
Yep. Safety is still number one. And consider it maybe even if you make it to one spot a year, like you don't need to go crazy, right? But even if one a
Right.
year at this point, and while things are opening up, that's a massive success. So
Yeah.
we'll see where 2022 takes you then.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's exciting. Absolutely. No problem. Well, this was a great interview, Sabrina. Thank you so much for joining me. It was great to virtually meet you. Thank you again. And
It was, yeah.
yeah, this is lovely. And so we'll be
And
playing. Yeah,
and stay in touch so when I have new music I can send it over. Yeah.
that'd be great. Please send me anything you've got coming up. You said once you're able to get into the studio and record some more, definitely send it to me and we'll be happy to support you and play your new tracks. But following this interview, we're going to be playing a few tracks off your full-length album as well as some few older ones following this interview. So stay tuned and have a great day. Thank you again, Sabrina.
Thank you.
You take care. We'll talk soon.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers.
Hey, I never wanted it to be this way, and you're not gonna change my mind, baby, not this time, no way. night is the crowd that won't back down. The whites of their eyes like a fire that won't go out, and they run with their feet on the street and under the lights where the night doesn't reach. There's a car going up to Montreal, up like a shot as the right foot falls to the floor, and the roar and the radio calls. Crank it out loud, crank it out louder. All or nothing, you gotta live it up loud. There's a man in the door with a stone cold smile. Put a bill in his hand and go straight to the line at the back of the room where the light sitting on this floor tonight above the broken boulevard. Teardrops falling, midnight calling, holding tight to this guitar. Can't stop thinking about all the things you did to me, trying to find a melody that doesn't sound like misery. Hurt, hurt, it's only a feeling. Hurt, hurt, the pain can start the healing in my soul. Such a hard four-letter word. No one deserves this kind of hurt. When I needed someone, you were never there. You had to star in your own show. You didn't care about what I wanted, but I'm finally letting go of the hurt, hurt, it's only a feeling. Hurt, hurt, the pain can start the healing in my soul. Such a hard four-letter word. No one deserves this kind of hurt. Since the day I said goodbye, I'm better off without you. Sometimes the truth can hurt, hurt, hurt. The pain can start the healing in my soul. Such a hard four-letter word. No one deserves this kind of hurt. All alone in your hotel room, bloodshot eyes looking to leave the gloom, climbing up that stairway where you can almost taste the sky, then dropping through the atmosphere, asking yourself why through tears. That needle in your vein feels like ice. On a night like this, you don't think twice. Paradise comes with a price. Too hard to listen to advice. Your heart and mind stuck in a vice. Paradise comes with a price. When you come crashing down, you can't let go and touch the ground. Is that what you really want, to leave this world right now? So stuck in hopelessness, deep in your own darknesses, you push yourself to the edge. Leave that note behind on a ledge.